Family. What's up, family? I am back again with another live. I had a few things I want to talk about, and I hope this is helpful. Some of this information, I hope that it is useful, eye opening, right? Um, Sorry, let me close this. But, basically, we're going to talk about narcissist spending habits, and we're going to talk about entitlement. And if anybody has any questions on narcissism, throw them out there. I like it when, uh, I like it when, I get good feedback and you all are engaging with me. So, you know, hey, baby, good to see you. Um, so, I just want to expound on the fact that when you are dealing with narcissists, a lot of times they come with issues. Yes, that person may look good, but what kind of habits do they have? Because some people, they get money and they neglect their responsibilities. They'll neglect their kids, they'll neglect their bills. And then when stuff comes tumbling down on them, where they're getting evicted or their car's getting repossessed or child protective services is taking their children away from them, then they'd be like, damn, I thought I was doing everything right, or I thought I didn't do anything wrong. I don't know what I did wrong, you know. So let's talk about that. And we're also going to talk about entitlement in today's age. I've done a few videos on that as well. I uh I want to expound on that as well because it's getting a little out of hand and we haven't gotten to the point where it's total uh anarchy worldwide. It's like nowadays you know that chaos is coming. You just don't know how devastating it's gonna be, but it's coming. It's coming. You know. Let me see. Suzanne, good to see you. Why do they stalk? They stalk you because they know what your potential is. They know that you're capable of achieving great heights. Because deep down inside, they know that we never ever needed them. Never ever needed them. But they'll try to make it seem like, you know, we can't live without them when we can live without them perfectly fine. I'm pretty sure we can live without the narcissist perfectly fine. Paul Benito, what up? What up, brother? Good to see you. Suzanne, love you. Aaron and family, love you too. I love each and every one of you all for supporting me on this content and things like that. It's very important that we understand what you're getting yourself into when it comes down to relationships, especially if you're going to marry somebody. you know it's good to know what you're getting yourself into ahead of time. So sometimes you have to do some reconnaissance on people. Sometimes you have to sit back and be observant of how they handle their responsibilities. Now, when you're dealing with a narcissist, a narcissist, when it comes down to money, it's like, I've seen it with my own eyes. I've seen a guy spend like $900 something on t-shirts, but couldn't even pay his phone bill. It's like, for like, the best way I can describe it is, how could I put this in a more creative way? You know, it's like whoever watched Ed, Edd n Eddy, you know, Ed, Edd n Eddy's basically the cartoon show. Ed, Edd n Eddy was basically a group of guys, three guys, was just trying to use all kinds of stuff. They wasted all kinds of materials and made all kinds of scams just so they can buy some jawbreakers. You know what I'm saying? So they was trying to pimp people in the cul-de-sac. They was trying to use people in the cul-de-sac to get money, or get people to join their little scam and schemes just so they can get some jawbreakers. It's like, to them, jawbreakers was more important than life itself. Forget responsibilities. But usually at the end of the episodes, most of the time they wasn't successful. They wasn't successful with their scams because they was only doing it for like vain causes. It's the same thing with a narcissist. You know, I had an ex-wife that I had to pay her spousal support when I was in the military, and it was a pretty large amount of money. And one time I called her, I was like, "Okay, I'm paying you all this money. What are you doing with the money?" "Oh, I gave some to this guy, and I bought some food, and I gave some to my mom, and you know, uh, it's like she, she took the money that I was giving her and wasted it on other dudes who was just leeching off her. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? As far as their responsibilities, you know, a lot of times a narcissist will lose a roof over their head because they see some new guitar set or some new drum set or some new uh let's say some new shoes that just came out, the new Jordans. Instead of saving that money to pay that rent for the month, they'll stand in line for 6, 7 hours, 8 hours, probably even 10, 12 hours just to go buy some Jordans, or just to go buy a PS5, or just to go buy whatever's latest out there. They're like, no, I gotta have it. I gotta have it. No, no, no. You know, that's why I say this before, when you're dealing with narcissists, anything that's shiny or new, they'll put everything else on the back burner just so they could try to get that. Majority of the time, that's just what they want. They spend carnally. They spend off of fleshly desires. You know, it's what it's what is it's how they feel in that moment. That's what I'm trying to say. It's how they feel in that moment. You know, there's some there's some women that I've seen in the hood. They kids wearing the same diapers, but she'll spend all her money on her nails. She'll spend all her money on new clothes. The kids ain't got no type of money for, oh, not money, no type of school clothes. You know what I'm saying? And then when they run out of money, they're gonna ask the baby daddy, "Can you send me some more money?" And this could be after they done had their income tax. You know, it's like the kids wearing the same diaper for a whole week straight. They look dirty, feet all dirty, hands all dirty. Nobody's bathing them. Sometimes I've seen how some parents will let their children, as young as 2, 3 years old, just let them roam the streets. No adult supervision. Just let them roam the streets. You know. So it's like when it came down to, at least what I saw, when some spending habits that narcissists do, it's like they would literally neglect their own children. You know, you go to their house, they got the latest shoes, they got the latest clothes, but you open their refrigerator, it's only a pack of cheese slices, right? A pack of cheese slices, a damn jar of mayonnaise, and maybe some spoiled milk, you know. But there's barely anything in the fridge, barely anything in the freezer, because in order they want their a narcissist will neglect their responsibility just for their image. They could be broke as hell, but as long as they have the latest Louis Vuitton belt, the latest Prada shoes, you know, that's okay with them. They'll waste. It ain't nothing for them to waste $3,000-4,000 of their income tax return money on a bunch of clothes, on some rims. You know, they got an eviction notice, but nah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to look fly, you feel me? I'm gonna look fly today, you know. Um, some narcissistic men that I've seen, they will literally waste their money on things that you be like, damn, bro, like, you can only blame nobody but yourself. You can only blame nobody. You can blame nobody else but yourself. You feel me? Let me see the comments. Paul says it's crazy. I got to women like me is Taylor Alicia from YouTube and WWE wrestler. Yeah, man. Yeah, be careful, man. Be careful. E baby, that's a great example. I appreciate that, E baby. Yes, narcs are very neglectful towards their children. Yes, 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 indeed. Like that's why I say when it comes down to meeting somebody, you have to see how they really have. Because there's people out here they could look fine, handsome, but if they don't handle their responsibilities, if they just spend money on a whim, you know, some people are like extra bills. You know what I'm saying? People are like extra bills. You got your own bills, but then they come along with their problems. They're extra bill to you too. You know? But sometimes what they'll do is they'll say they'll pay you back and things like that. And most times they don't. Sometimes they do, but it ain't gonna be to the amount of all the total that you have done. Cause I'm telling you, man, when it comes down to chosen ones and empaths, we contribute a lot to people. We have contributed a lot to people's lives because people don't know how to handle their finances, because people don't know how to handle their responsibilities. We've helped people out of so many situations, but at the end of the day, if they, like I said, if they don't take care of their responsibilities, they rent is due, but they got the nicest wigs on, like they got the nicest horsehair on their head. You know what I'm saying? You can't work with somebody like that, or they rents due, but they stand in line buying $600-700 pairs of Jordans. You know what I'm saying? They out there from 5 in the morning to like 2 in the afternoon, just for some shoes. You know. Uh, Paul says facts. Right, Paul. E-Baby says, do you think there's a comparison between narc spending habits and their ego? Meaning sometimes they spend in order to appear better than what they are. That's a good question. Um, it can be a comparison because when you're dealing with the ego is part of the flesh as well. So, you know, in this world, ego can get us in trouble because a lot of times ego makes us want something a certain way versus seeing something as it is. One of the hardest things that we face in life is acceptance. Some situations are just going to happen where, yeah, you may want to go buy this thing, but what's more important is you uh, handling your bills and handling whatever it is that's most important. You know, but see, narcissists don't have that. Their egos get in the way. You know, they'll put their responsibilities on the back burner just so they can get that latest, uh, let's say the latest Kanye shoes or the latest technology, or it's just how they are. It's just how they are. So they're gonna do things irresponsibly, and they expect chosen ones and empaths to clean up the mess. You know, them the ones that be like, "Oh, can you watch my kids for me? Me and my girls, we gonna have a girls' night." You know, and a lot of times when they make you watch their kids, they don't leave the kids any type of food, or they don't leave the baby any type of milk. They just say, "You take care of them." They become your kids now. Or basically for a day or two, they become your kids, and you gotta look after them. Can they stay at your house? I feel sorry for a lot of grandmas who had to deal with that. Their grandchildren having kids didn't want to accept responsibility, so they just dumped the kids off on the grandma while they go out and party. You know what I'm saying? That's their thing. I've actually seen videos online of like parents crying because they had children, but they didn't want the responsibility of having children. Like, I can't do this anymore. This is too draining for me. Like, I'm over this shit. Like, I'm like, come get these kids. Or some people go online and be like, man, fuck them kids. It's like, it's crazy how the world is. Like, people who have kids, a lot of them don't even love their kids. Don't even try to teach their kids anything. Just set their kids up for failure. And them kind of people be the main ones that be having like three, four, five different kids. You know. So, and then you got some people who want kids, just never had the opportunity to, or divine is not allowing them to have that right now because, you know, some of us are just more aware that when you get involved with people and kids are involved, kids is a serious deal. Childbirth is a serious deal, you know. So it's like when you having children with somebody, that's somebody that is gonna be around unless they go to jail or something. That's somebody who's gonna be around the kids and influence the kids, so you have to be very careful of who you choose to have children with, because however they are, however they spending habits are, however they act, it can influence the children as well. So these are things we have to take into consideration when dealing with somebody or meeting with somebody or even starting a family with somebody. you know But a lot of times, people who don't even love their kids, then be the main ones that have kids and have like two, three, four, five different kids, don't even love their kids, neglect their kids, wouldn't even spend money on the kids for school clothes you know, or help them with their graduation outfit, but to spend money to go to the club or spend money to buy Hennessy and, pop bottles. And don't let that narcissistic parent be on drugs. Man, they just lose everything. you know it's a sad cycle we live in. It really is. When it comes down to planet Earth, from what I've learned, is that this is probably one of the most challenging, if not the most challenging place to be in the universe for any soul, because of the fact that uh it's a very dense. You feel pain here. You feel trauma here. Uh, you learn here. You learn a lot here, but you really do go through some serious suffering here. You know. So, but then again, a lot of us are old souls sent here on assignment. So whatever's going on in our life right now is already preordained. It's already predestined. Some of us have some testimonies to share, and some of us will be known worldwide one of these days. You know, there's a strong possibility because a lot of us are what is considered legends. You know, if you're a chosen one, you are legendary. You done a lot more heroic stuff than a lot of people on this planet. You made a lot more sacrifices than a lot of people on this planet. You know, let me see. He baby says facts: the most neglectful individuals stay pregnant or impregnating others. Right, right. And it's crazy how that is. I think personally they have kids because it be slowing them down, just to slow them down, you know. But then again, when you out there wild and stuff like that, see, when you an empath and you're a chosen one, you more than likely not out there wild. You're not out there on the scene fucking everything that moves. But them narcissists, oh yeah, they out there fucking everything that moves, you know. So they always end up with like a bunch of kids, but don't even want to take care of them. They love, there's people that love sex, but they don't like the responsibility of taking care of children, which is crazy, you know. So let me get my drink real quick. Um, so let's talk about entitlement. I'm gonna expound upon that. And there's a lot of people out here that are, I don't know how to explain it. I think the best way I can explain it is there's something off with the wiring of their brain. You know what I'm saying? It's something off with the wiring of their brain, because the way that they feel about doing certain things to certain people. Okay, let's say you drop $1 on the ground. Most people in this world would be like, "Oh, that's a blessing for me, free dollar for me." So they'll take it, put it in their pocket. You know, chosen ones in that past. Sometimes, most times, we usually be like, uh, "Sir, you dropped your dollar," or "Sir," or "Ma'am, you dropped your dollar," or "Ma'am, you dropped your ID," or "Ma'am, you dropped your." Man, let me tell you something, man. There was a time where I went to a gas station. Oh, Queen of the South, good to see you. Glad you can make it. This one time I went to a gas station, bro, and I saw this wallet sitting on the counter. The cashier clerk, he didn't see the wallet. And so I looked at the wallet, I picked it up, man, it had so many $100 bills in there. I was like, damn. But what I did was I told the cashier clerk, I was like, look, somebody left their wallet. I don't know what's going on. And it was like, okay, so I just left it there. I don't know if the guy got the wallet or not, but these are the things that empaths do. We don't try to steal from others. Because a lot of times life tests us like that. Like if somebody drops something, are you gonna steal it or are you gonna give it back to them? You know what I'm saying? E Baby says, if you all have any questions, feel free to ask. Right, y'all. Just this is a Q&A as well. So if y'all have any questions, just throw them out there. And I am here. I'm here to answer. Jordy, Aaron, I'm here. Okay, Jordy, good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. And those who are watching, thanks for coming on. I'm just on here for a little while, and then after that, I'll upload it and things like that. But some people feel entitled. I say this all the time. Most people they don't want to do the right thing. If it pertains to instant gratification, where it pleases themselves, they'll do it, even at the sacrifice of their own children, of their own marriage, of their own family structure. Because some narcissists were born into some good families. It's just that they were spoiled. You know, they were spoiled, so they feel entitled. Like I gotta have it this way. I gotta have this. No, you know, it's like being in a relationship. I've been in a few relationships with a few women that if I didn't buy them certain things, they just cut me off. Like, goddamn, you just gonna cut me off because I didn't buy you a pepperoni pizza? That's what it is. You gonna cut me off because I didn't want to pay to take you somewhere, or you know what I'm saying? You wasn't trying to help me pay anything, right? But because I didn't pay for certain things, now it's like, nah, nigga, you ain't worth my time, nigga. You know? E Baby says stealing can stop a person's blessings. Right. Yeah, some people a lot of people think that oh yeah, there's nobody watching, so let me just go ahead, just take some little stuff and be gone. Ain't nobody gonna notice, you know. And then later on down the line, the same stuff happen to them. Certain karmas happen to them. You know, it's crazy. But that's the entitlement. It's like people are so entitled that if you're not supplying them what they need, they just move on to somebody else who's gonna supply them what they need. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not doing for me, and most times they're just like insatiable voids. They're not reciprocating anything. They may reciprocate sex, but outside of that, you're doing all the work. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say relationships, it can't just be one person doing everything. It can't be 100-0. It can't even be 120. You know, it has to be some sort of balance. It has to be a level of reciprocation. You know, but some people are so entitled that they feel like you as the person, you got to do everything. There's women out there that met entitled men. Always need some money. Babe, you got $20 on you? Shoot, I'm trying to go give me a little 3.5 of weed, what I'm saying, so I can smoke for the weekend. Or, babe, you gonna make me some sandwiches? But when's the last time he made you a sandwich? You know, you over here cooking breakfast, going to work while he laying at home in your couch, talking to different women on social media while you going to work. But I'm just trying to keep a man at home. Yeah, you ain't keeping a man at home. You keeping a bum at home. That's what you doing. Queen of the South, I'm glad you're going live every night now. Yeah, I try to, Queen of the South. I try to. You know, it's not easy because, you know, I got some other stuff going on in my life right now. But, you know, when I can, I do. I try to chop it up with you all. Paul says, what goes around comes around. Right, right. You know, like I said, this world, a lot of people, shoot, you better not drop your wallet. You better not lose your car keys. Motherfuckers out here will take it. There's some people out here, they be like, sir, yeah, you dropped your cell phone, or ma'am, you dropped your cell phone. You dropped your car keys here. You know, so there's some people out there like that. But most people, you drop your car keys if you want to. Man, I've heard so many stories of people dropping their wallets in the club, dropping their car keys in the club. How they gonna get home? They ain't got no car keys. It's not like you gonna tap everybody in the club like, hey, you got my keys. Hey, you got my keys. You know how long that's gonna take? Some motherfuckers be ready to fight you for asking them. You know what I'm saying? That's why, you know, at least growing up as an empath, you be like, okay, I can't be in sceneries like this. I personally don't like going to the club. I don't like going to the club. Too many damn people, too many damn spirits, and sometimes fights break out. I've seen some shit happen at clubs, man. You know, motherfuckers pulling out AKs and stuff just for getting ready to kill the security guards. I mean, sometimes some dudes be ready to go to war with security guards in the club. Shoot, motherfuckers drinking on the dance floor, doing all kinds of stuff, getting into fights. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I say that to say be careful of the energy that you surround yourself with. You know what I'm saying? Be careful of the energy that you surround yourself with. You know, and be careful of your belongings because not a lot of people out here are that nice. You drop anything, they going to more likely take it and you won't know where it went. You know, um, so that's really it, y'all. That's really it. You know, people are entitled nowadays. You have to be very careful of who you consider your partner in crime or your who you really like because some people, man, they don't handle their responsibilities well. You know what I'm saying? Even down to the point where they don't even perform good hygiene, you know. Handsome and pretty don't mean clean. You feel me? Oh, baby says, why do you think narcs intentionally starve their significant other when it pertains to emotional intimacy? That's a good question. That is a very good question. It's all for control because they want you to be thinking about them, stressing yourself over them, trying to please them. It's all a tactic. It's like if I show no emotional intimacy, that's gonna make you work harder to try to fight for my love or fight for my emotions or fight for my attention. You know, but it comes a point in time where you have to stop fighting. You're like, look, this is a never-ending battle. It's just gonna continue on over and over again because it's all about dominance and control with a narcissist. You know, if they're not giving you any emotional intimacy or anything like that, they just want to control you, have you all in your feelings. It's insane. It's insane, y'all. Yeah, y'all. But like I said, y'all, I didn't want to be on here too long. I'm gonna get off and let me shout y'all out. E baby, thanks for coming through. Paul, thanks for coming through. Queen of the South, thanks for coming through. Jordy, thanks for coming through. And Suzanne, thanks for coming through. And those who watching, thanks for coming through. I really appreciate that. You know, I just wanted to chop it up with you guys real quick, and I hope this has been helpful. And I'll do more lives in the near future, y'all. But listen, I love y'all. Y'all please be safe out there. And if I don't see you guys' comments, please forgive me. If the video starts glitching, please forgive me as well, because YouTube is a flawed platform. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. But alright, I love y'all. Y'all please be safe out there. And we'll chop it up another time. Alright, bye bye now.